What is a harsh truth some guys need to hear? You have to hold yourself to the same standards you would hold your partner to. Being nice is the baseline of behavior, and it does not entitle you to anything, not a conversation, not a phone number, not physical touch, not sex. Nothing. Be nice because it's the right thing to do, not because you are doing it to get something. Exactly. If there is ulterior motive, then he's not truly being nice anyways. He's just another snake in the grass. If we're working, we have to be nice to you. We're not flirting and you're holding us captive at work. A picture of your dick alone is not sexy. Just like women buy lingerie and wear makeup and put a lot of effort into doing sexy poses for a pic, guys need to be putting in similar, full body effort. There's a reason Playboy is not just clothes UPS of vulvas. How hard is it to dress up like a fireman and hold a puppy, you know? Like, just put a little effort in. Women are not all the same. We don't all want the same things or have the same opinions. Just because you know one woman doesn't mean you know all of us. We're individuals, just like you. This was the one that surprised me most about men's opinions on Reddit. The belief that they understand women, what women want, what women think about men. Being nice or polite aren't personality traits. It's basic human decency. Learn to clean up after yourself. No one wants to clean up after you constantly, and it will make her slowly begin to hate you. Also, you complain that your wife doesn't fuck you anymore. Let me tell you, there is nothing attractive about cleaning up your stanky undies and other messes all day. Grow up. Learn how to look after yourself. It's not my job as your wife/friend/girlfriend to teach you how to be a grown-up. Just because a girl rejects you, does not mean it's because you are too nice or aren't bad guy enough. We also need to feel compatible with you along with chemistry and attraction. Being nice alone is not enough to create a romance. It also doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. There's something wrong with the connection, and that is nobody's fault. Stop talking over me. If I'm piping up in a conversation, it's because I know what I'm talking about. I don't need anyone explaining to me what I'm saying. Porn is not real. 1.5 hours of relentless pumping does not make most women orgasm. It's also not okay IRL to force sex on any woman, whether awake, sleeping, drunk, high, or dead. It's not considered babysitting when you have the kids, it's called parenting. Edit to fix weird double space. If you don't listen to your girlfriend, when she tries to explain why she got sad, what her boundaries are, or when you talk together about how to improve communication and you fail to deliver your part, and you're aware of that, don't be surprised and don't you dare claim that she is difficult. We do the work so many times and no one seems to notice. You need to seriously open your ears sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't want to sleep with you even if you're really nice. Please stop obsessing about your dick size. You have thought about the matter why more than any of us will, and that time could have been better spent on literally anything else. Stop treating me like I'm crazy every time I try to make my feelings known. So many guys have done this and I hate it. You're not as nice a guy as you think you are. If you have to say it, chances are, you aren't nice. You actually have to make an effort to better yourself. I've seen so many guys wonder why they can't get a woman that takes care of themselves. Meanwhile, they're inactive, have no ambition, and likely don't shower every day. There are over 3 billion men on this earth, and you think a dime is going to settle for a nickel? Lower your expectations and or make yourself more appealing, elsewise you're going to end up bitter and alone with no one to blame but yourself. Learn to listen, learn to speak truth with kindness, learn to apologize. Seriously, 99% of your relationships could be leveled up by actually being the better person you say you are. Grow up, do your own laundry, do your work well, manage your emotions appropriately. No one wants to take over where your parents left off. They want sex, love, and affection, but the disgusting way many of them talk about, treat women and sex, often makes them undesirable, unworthy of respect, utterly repulsive, and untrustworthy. Your mom was wrong. You're not the center of the universe. You complain that the women you go for only go for good-looking assholes. Have you considered you're only going for good-looking assholes too? Believe it or not, an attractive woman can be as much of a player as a man. Maybe you shouldn't go after someone unreasonably out of your league either. Maybe you'll be happier if you go for a nice girl instead of a hot one. No one is entitled to love or sex. If you can't get a girlfriend, or if no one wants to have sex with you, you aren't a victim of some great injustice. Women don't like you because you're emotionally draining to be around because you feel sorry for yourself. You need therapy or some other serious change before you're fit for a relationship. There is more to woman's beauty than being 22. Same for men. It's just that if your one requirement is that your wife look 22 forever, you will be lonely. Or disappointed. We are not responsible for your behavior. You are. We've had shitty exes and family problems and everything else too. You still expect us to be well-adjusted, be your therapist, your mother and your girlfriend all at once. You can fuck right off. Your wants aren't more important than mine. If we tell you we don't want a relationship or are not ready for one or that we don't want one with you, that isn't an invite to keep trying. Consider we are actually telling you what we mean. We don't want you to try harder or convince us to give you a chance. Take the rejection and move on. I get that it hurts, but get over it. Your life will be so much easier when you move on. If this means the friendship is over, then so be it. We'd rather have you out of our lives than have you secretly plotting to make your move. Penises. Not very attractive. Whipping it out and expecting us to be impressed will more than likely lead to disappointment. Also, trim your nose hairs. Most chicks are shorter than you can. When standing close we can see them sticking out. Also ask where our clit is and how we like it to be touched. Don't go in there rubbing like you are scratching a sticker off something. Not everything we do is for your attention. Some of us want to be left alone. We are at the club, bars and grocery store for our own personal needs, entertainment, and fun, not because we want you to notice us. No means no. Seriously, fuck off. It's safe to assume that complete strangers don't care that you think they are pretty. You need to be able to relate to women, not as a love interest or a sexual object, but as a human. Female artists, writers, singers, protagonists. Stories about women. Men avoid these things because they're dumb, too girly, or they're just uninteresting. Meanwhile, from childhood, little girls have to learn to relate to male characters and figures, since they comprise so much of our media. I already see my 7-year-old son rejecting great stories about girls/women, and it breaks my heart. Learn to listen to women, and maybe you'll get some insight. We really aren't that mysterious, you're just not trying. Edit, word. If no one asked for your opinion, and you weren't originally a part of the conversation, stay the hell out of it. It's not cute. Especially if we don't know you. You don't need a tough guy persona. Bottling up emotions won't do you any good. Speak up when you need help, please. It honestly makes me so sad when I've befriended or dated guys before that couldn't just drop their guard and express themselves to cope with some really serious shit that had happened or was actively going on in their lives. They felt like they had to be manly and emotionless and just self-medicate via whatever means to keep that persona up. Like, man. Nah. Give yourself a break. Feel what you've gotta feel, cope, and grow as a person. Saying what's on your mind shows far more strength than weakness. Stop poking the spot where you think my clit is. You're off by like an inch, and even if you were right, poking with a dry calloused finger is like rubbing sandpaper on my bits. Stop it. Stop staring. Stop standing way too close, and don't talk to me like a little girl. Would you do this to any of your guy friends? Some women do know more about sports than you, and you just need to accept it. Don't try to diminish their interest/knowledge based on the sole fact they are a woman. Having a full-time job, a car, and your own place doesn't automatically make you worth dating. That stuff is honestly the very bare minimum. Like, are you emotionally mature? Can you communicate in a healthy manner? Are you able to admit when you're wrong and own your mistakes? Do you listen? How do you treat others? Do you put in effort into your romantic relationships? Stuff like that makes someone worth dating, and frankly a lot of men, and to be fair, women too, don't have their shit together in that aspect. There is more to woman's beauty than being 22. Same for men. It's just that if your one requirement is that your wife look 22 forever, you will be lonely. Or disappointed.